Hi, everybody. This is 1,248 days. I had to clear my throat. Um, Thanks for being so patient with us. And here it is. We're going to burn the midnight oil again, but it really can't be helped. This is the Christmas season, and you would think that there would be no information coming in, but there is a storm. There's a storm in El Paso right now, and it's a political storm, and it is a legal storm, and it has to do with Richard's case. And so today, we Team Find Richard Halliday received information from Austin, Texas, the capital of Texas. Very important information, and I'm going to share that to you today. Share with you everything that, well, what we are at liberty to share with you. That's what we'll share with you. Um, because there's a lot going on behind the scenes, a lot. And I would suggest that, and I'm suggesting that to ourselves too, even though we've done so many open records, it's still not enough. And there needs to be so many open records requests. And if you haven't done that yet, you need to do that. You need to learn how to request to see the information, the records, the communications um, in our government between our officials. I think it's very important. Those records are kept for your benefit, for my benefit. We should, um, every so often, if all of us would every so often request open records from maybe UTEP, maybe the AG's office, maybe the governor's office, maybe for monies for Miss Amy Snoddy. Um, I always pronounce her name wrong. Sorry. Of the officer of the governor. Um, Maybe with the CID. Um, let's see. The CPS, the um, the JAG office, the generals. Maybe they'll say to you, "Oh, this is for national security." I don't know, but um, I think it's very important just to request it for them to know that we are watching, and those records are there for us. That's why we spend the money to even keep the records, to have the records, the events and the monies and the crimes and the criminals and uh, the the new laws that come out, whatever. We spend the time, whatever is happening in court, whatever is happening publicly that affects our lives daily. We pay for those records to be kept. And, so they're there for us to read. And I think that we should start doing that. Um, and I think many, many lives will be saved. Many lives. And I think a lot of money will be saved. And I think our country will be saved. So let's go through here and see if I'm on. And I'm going to get a little emotional. Good evening. Thank you, Anicia. Thank you for your Christmas wishes and your prayers. This is a spiritual warfare. This is a spiritual warfare. This is between good and evil. I'm going to tell you that right now. It is between good and evil. It's a spiritual warfare. And so when I see you coming on, when we see, okay, when we see that you're coming on and you're offering prayers and Christmas tidings, hearts, love, all of that, it means so much to us. And it's fuel for us to fight against those that are really up to no good, really. Um, and so I just had a conversation with Team Find Richard Halliday about that. Thank you, Mitzi. Yes, it is absolutely a spiritual warfare. And so I was just having a conversation with Team Farm Richard Halliday about Bill Hicks and about Yvonne Rosales and the spiritual warfare that the DA office is in at, and this is really the topic for today, and how that is connected to Richard's case, how that is connected to the Walmart mass shooting case on August 3rd, 2019. August 3rd is Dallas Hart's birthday. Okay. Is that a coincidence? I'm sure it is. I'm sure it is. But I have to mention it because this is a spiritual warfare. And this article that we received the other day was written on Richard's birthday that gave us um, very, very important information about the case. So I just think that those are something I just need to tell everybody, because if I see the dates and they, you know, affect, they have an effect on you when you see certain dates, um, then I'm sure that you would understand exactly what I'm talking about. So the Walmart case is under huge scrutiny right now, and it didn't need to be. Okay, I just spent just a little bit of time, and I think if you're in El Paso and you kept up with all of that, then if you have information, please send it to me. If you have links, if you have videos, if you have witness statements, please send that to me, because it's very, very important. If we can help get justice for the Walmart case, because I have been receiving the accounts that there were multiple shooters. Okay, multiple shooters and other witness accounts that happened that day. To back up what I was suspecting, because when we found out through Bliss Avenue that Richard's case was connected to the Walmart mass shooting case, I just took a little bit of time to look at who Patrick Crucius is, or just really look at the case, because the same attorneys in Patrick Crucius' case is involved in Richard's case. And so, of course, that is going to be curious, right? And if they're so connected through Bliss Avenue, that means that both cases are very connected. And it's not just Bliss Avenue that is connecting Richard's case with the August 3rd, 2019 Walmart mass shooting. There's other things, okay? There's a lot of things, a long bullet list of things that are connecting the two cases. And if you solve one, then you solve the other. If you don't solve one, then you don't solve the other. That's why this is so important. You want those families that lost their loved ones, 23 families, and think about all the injured, not to get justice, not to get justice, true justice. Um, so when I looked at those um, pictures of Patrick Crucius, and I saw the videos, and I was reading through his responses, um, I was like, okay, he's autistic. I suspect that he's on the spectrum. And we looked into that, and we received confirmation that he is indeed autistic. Okay, that is something that the media needs to tell people. Okay, why haven't they? It's a little bit out there. It's a little bit, but I think this is a very, very important part of the case, because look at him in court. He needs help even in court. Okay, so he absolutely, the suspicion goes way up that there were others that perpetrated these crimes. And so, to solve this mass murder crime, which seems to be a political crime and orchestrated, seems to be clearly orchestrated, clearly for a political reason, for a political agenda. Was there truth in it? Absolutely. Absolutely. Um, Whoever did this really hates El Pasoans, really hates us, okay, as Americans. To orchestrate something like this just for politics, just for some big, I don't care how much money it is a hate crime. Absolutely. So, I just want to make everyone understand that I do believe that this was a very hateful crime. And I think that's why the risk to come out against the narrative that it was just a lone wolf, a lone autistic wolf that did this, that has risks. It just like fighting for Richard has had risks from the very beginning. Remember, they wanted to turn him into some kind of criminal, and and we have confirmation through the DES, Thomas Kane, that the Army was spreading rumors throughout the law enforcement community to discredit Richard, telling them lies. And we absolutely knew that these were lies. We absolutely knew that they even went so far as to tell the media the lies and have the community, not just the law enforcement community, to stop them from looking for Richard or have no incentive to look for Richard, but also the community to think badly of our son and not know the true story. And, you know, I think that's a hate crime. Can you imagine our military is up to no good like that? Because it was the military internally that did that. And it was Lieutenant General Donna Martin that allowed that to happen. It was Lieutenant General Sean Bernabe that allowed that to happen, that chose for it to happen. They even ordered it. I'm sure that it was an order. And did that come from McConville? Did it come from Mealy? Did it come from Christine Wormuth? Because absolutely it came from the top. And that's why the soldiers on Fort Bliss who we met with were shaking and visibly, physically, mentally harmed. They were harmed. And clearly they were. So, and we even have a video um, of one. And I think that we have multiple witnesses of the others. So that is, when you have the father in law of a lieutenant colonel with the FBI going into a Dollar General and going, shh, this is a secret, shh. The FBI has found Richard. He's deceased. He's dead. He's dead. Shh. So they found his dead body, his dead remains, but they're looking in more places. So what does that mean? A dismemberment. Do they do dismemberment? Well, yes, yes, that has been, this year has been absolutely brutal, brutal in Juarez with dismemberment. And so I can tell you story after story that has been sent to us about the brutality that's going on. It's just upping its game. And so somebody, until it happens to you, see, I don't want it to happen to anybody. And therefore, we have decided to do this every day, day in, day out, day in, day out, do the open records, do all the letters, do, all the communications back. I mean, my husband will, his name is on all of it. And at the end of the day, he will be a hero when we break this case. And we're going to break this case. And when we break this case, we're going to break the Walmart case. I hope everybody understands that. Once the Walmart case is broken, it will break Richard's case. And if we break Richard's case, not if, but when, it will break the Walmart case. And all of those families will get justice. So we're going to work diligently to help make that happen. We're just a very small part because we have Austin now. This is the breaking news, looking into Bill Hicks. And I've been trying to explain to everybody that for weeks now, we have been getting information from Team Find Richard Halliday, from our inner circles, because, my husband was, in the military for 30 years. And all ranks. Think about it. He went in, enlisted as an E3, worked his way up, became warrant officer, worked his way through that, became an officer, worked his way up to lieutenant colonel. So, he has a wide range of amazing people that have experiences. And of course, we have connections in El Paso. I was born at White Sands Missile Range. I went to school at Bassett. I went to school at MacArthur. I went to school on Fort Bliss. And then, of course, all of our connections in Texas. I taught school in Killeen. I went to Mary Hardin Baylor. Went to high school in Temple, Texas. We have, connections. And, of course, they've grown up. And this is the time issue. The delay. This is a delay tactic, what they do, because people do grow up and they even die. And so witnesses die, judges die. I think the chief of police in El Paso, did he pass away? Somebody very important passed away. And, so those witness testimonies, those experiences are no longer there. And that weakens a case. And so, that is why the delay tactic is so terrible. It's just so terrible that they just delay, because they know that weakens the case and that the criminals can get away with what they're doing. There's no statute of limitation with murder. So what they do is just delay to get away with the terrible crimes. So, so in Austin, Texas, um, we received information from there today that they were investigating Bill Hicks. And I think that that is really important because there is a huge chance right now that he will have to resign. That he, there is, it's a big chance because something, unless they're covering up for him. But when you have a reporter in El Paso Inc., right, Reyes Mata, clearly um, showing that Bill Hicks committed a felony crime. And then you have a very seasoned, experienced prosecutor that was hired by Bill Hicks, um, who doesn't have the experience, that's not up for the job, because how can he be up for the job of DA if he can't even fill out his oath of office correctly, right? If he can't even get into the office correctly by filling out simple forms, how can he prosecute one of the largest murder cases in the history of the United States? So he hired out this seasoned, very experienced prosecutor to take over the August 3rd, 2019. That's Dallas Hart's birthday, August 3rd. Um, to take over this Walmart mass shooting case. And she was blocked from it. And I even heard that Yvonne Rosales, they were messing with her and blocking her from certain things. But I'd really love to hear from her, her experience. Um, so, so absolutely, Loretta Lynn Hewitt was saying that she was being, um, that there was a delay, that there was blocking, that there was a concerted effort, in her opinion, that they did not want to move the case forward, that they just wanted to leave it in pieces. And I hope I have her words right. I invite her to give me a call and let me know exactly. But that's what I understood from the article, and I hope the article is right. But she is claiming that they did not want to move the cases forward. If it's the Walmart case, and it's also Richard's case, I hope everyone understands that by now, that we, it's not just us saying that. It is all the evidence that we have. I never started out saying that Richard's case is the same, is connected to even be the same as the mass shooting case. I never ever set out to say something like that. But this is where the evidence has led us with all of the morsels upon morsels upon morsels. And Bliss Avenue is the part that I can really share with you. Bliss Avenue connects them totally forever. Forever they will be connected. And if we solve one, we'll solve the other. I really believe that. Um, so, but that's not the only information that we received today, and that's breaking news that they're looking into Bill Hicks, um, because it is, what we heard is it's worse than what we even reported. Okay, what we were even being told. So weeks ago, I mentioned that something was going on with Bill Hicks that was not good. And for him not to even put in for his legal, ethical commitment um, uh, statement, right? I think that's what you call it, the legal, ethical commitment statement. That means that you're not on the take. Before you take the oath of office. Now, there's a problem there because a judge gave him the oath of office. And, so Why wasn't that checked? Because uh, we're told that he took his oath of office on the 21st. I believe there's a picture out there of the 21st of December. But he still hadn't signed the legal, ethical commitment statement. And he didn't, that didn't seem important to him to make sure that the Constitution of Texas was followed. He didn't think that was important because he had to be reminded that he didn't follow the law. And so he was reminded on the 25th of January of 2023, and on 26th of January he turned it in. But the problem with that is that the timestamp was tampered with to say January 11th, 2023. And is that because he had to have that meeting, that collaboration, legitimate? I don't know. But is it legitimate? Because can you do one thing before the other? I, I've been told different stories, but I believe the more compelling story was no. You have to, before you take that oath of office, you have to sign, and then you take the oath of office. It's, so I don't know. I will give that over to Austin, to the authorities in Austin, to make their judgment on what is what happened in that collaboration agreement um, that was made. That would be very important. And also, on the 26th of January, when he signed that statement, of course, our key witness was retaliated against swiftly and severely, and with lies. And, so I hope that the investigation will take all that into consideration, um, and I think that that's what's going to happen. So not only did we get this confirmation that he is being investigated, we also got confirmation that a judge in the Walmart case, the judge that heard the case, um, is also being scrutinized for what happened. And, that's good news because we have behind the scenes been working, communicating with these judges, right? Because of the autopsy reports that, you know, uh, nobody can say yay or nay to officially. Nobody can say yay or nay officially and sign their name. Um, so this has to do with the Walmart case as far as this judge hurting that case. But the next thing I have to tell you, the third breaking news. So we have one, two, three breaking news, and we even have like a fourth one coming up about Veronica Escobar. She's starting to be scrutinized, and that's as soon as we're at liberty to tell you about that, which will be in the next couple days, we will release that information. But the third breaking news that we have is we did get it confirmed that they are even looking into and investigating Dr. Mario Rascon Ortiz, who is the medical examiner that was involved in the Walmart case, and of course, um, uh, you know, during the time of Richard too. And we need to get that confirmed. Uh, but his his time during those two cases are now being investigated, and I think that that is a good sign for us to get answers about the autopsies and about what's going on Bliss Avenue, what's going on in the mortuary affairs, what's going on with the insurance scams, what's going on with the stolen identities. Um, Maybe we'll get answers for that, because absolutely Richard's identity has been stolen. And I pray that those that were murdered in the August 3rd, 2019 Walmart mass shooting, that their identities were not stolen and tampered with. And, there seems to be a lot of investigation going on, and it needs to be, it has to be that way. So that is really huge breaking news right before Christmas. I think they're going to be working through hopefully to investigate this, because um, you can't be messing with people's remains, with corpses. Okay, you can't be messing with families' lives and victims' lives like DA Bill Hicks has been doing. His job is to be ethical. His job is to identify crime and criminals and document it and prosecute it, not delay. And while you're delaying, to milk the American public, to use the American public as a gravy train for years, millions and millions of dollars. And yeah, on top of all of the corruption that's going on through Fort Bliss. And I say through Fort Bliss because that's where they get the weapons, that's where they get the ammunition. There, we have the um, the director of emergency services absolutely confirming that there is a security issue on Fort Bliss. So that means that you could go on there, you can bring weapons on, you can bring weapons off, you can bring young party girls on. Um, you can have a 14-year-old girl living in the barracks being prostituted out, and you can take weapons and ammunition out of there. And especially, I was told, if they're doing some kind of training, they don't even have to have their trucks if they pass through the border. If they're on some kind of designated training mission, they don't have, they get exempted from being searched. And, so all of this needs to be exposed. All of this needs to be, the crimes need to be identified with the criminals. And this goes for the Walmart case too. And we're getting there when it comes to identifying the criminals. We know in the Walmart case what the crime is, um, and documenting it all. And we've been doing that for 3 years, over 3 years. We've been documenting the crime and the criminals and their responses, and collecting all kinds of evidence. And now we need to prosecute it, right? We need it prosecuted. So that's where we're at. And I just hope that you understand the huge ramifications of this, because we've been trying to communicate with Bill Hicks, and now all of that, we have to start all over again. We have to start all over again, like we did with the replacement for Judge Robert Shook. Everything has to be started over again. That's how they get you. That's how they get away with all these crimes, and it's really disgraceful. So it looks like we're going to need a new DA. That's what it looks like. Um, I don't know if Yvonne Rosales, she resigned. I don't know about her signature. That's always been in question. Um, so uh, I believe that the governor will probably have to just to assign a new DA. That's what I think is going to happen. So, but what do I know? I just want a DA in there that will help with Richard's case and also move forward the Walmart case, because if those are moved forward, then we'll get justice. We have everything. We have all of the matter of fact. I don't know if I mentioned this yesterday, but we did give notice of intent to sue, our second one. This is our second notice of intent to sue, to have legal action against a party in this case. And so uh, the notice for intent to sue is, just it's kind of like a little time period um, for that person to come straight. Maybe they should have taken that legal ethical commitment statement, right? Um, to get ethical again, to do the right thing. It gives them a little bit of time, and so pray that they'll do the right thing. Um, as far as Leilani Hart goes, she is connected to all of this, okay? She is connected to Felix Valenzuela. She's connected to Bliss Avenue. She's connected to Van Buren Avenue. She's connected to Fort Bliss. She's connected to the civilian world. Um, Absolutely, she's connected. She's everywhere, and so we have not um, just put her off to the side or whatever. She's a key suspect in our son's disappearance and murder case, and so is Dallas Hart, her son, that she protects. And it's interesting because they protect him like he's a child, and the father did that also. And I'm just thinking, I'm wondering if he also might have a disability, if that's why they're um, if that's why they're protecting him so much. So maybe some kind of learning disability, or I don't know. And that would be interesting because of Patrick Crucius's situation that he's in. And I don't know where they have a connection. I know that Dallas Hart went to New Mexico State University, and I do know that New Mexico State University has an autism spectrum center where they do research. You know, would they do research on a mind of a soldier? Uh, you know, uh, I don't know. I don't know. So that is something that really needs to be explored, because if they were doing research on the mind of a soldier, um, uh, maybe a mass shooting mind, um, it would be very interesting what studies were going on at New Mexico State University, maybe UTEP, maybe Park University. But we know that Dallas Hart was at New Mexico State University. So um, make sure I'm looking at my notes. Yes, about the Walmart case, we do have lots of confirmation of reports that there were multiple shooters. And even from the police, the El Paso police that also said that there were multiple shooters, and we heard that also from the the victims too. So yeah, that's not reported enough because we want justice here. We want justice here, and we want accountability, and we need to look into these things. And so, where is the media that knows that there are reports of multiple shooters? Where is Bob Moore at this? Where is Kacherga? They say they like the border. They say they like Hispanics, right? But if they don't get reporting on the truth of the Walmart mass shooting, then they are aiding and abetting a hate crime. And that's pretty bad. That is pretty bad. Because absolutely the case is not transparent. It really needs to be scrutinized by the media. It really does. And it would be nice if they would also take time out to mention Richard's name, and so that that case can help, because they're the same case, get justice. Yes. So where are these people that say they really care? And Veronica Escobar, I'm telling you, she's pretty busy, and we will release some things that are not that great about Veronica Escobar. Um, that you right? It's just, oh my gosh. Where is she? Where is she? Richard is a Vanessa Guillen first absent soldier. Where is Veronica Escobar? She has oversight of Fort Bliss. Those are her people. So it really is telling that. And doesn't she care about the 23 murdered and all of those that were injured? Stop with the narratives and let's get to the bottom of this. Let's get justice. Let's do the right thing. That whole COVID thing, I would say, like, this was insanity. Yeah, it seems like the justice system right now is living in insanity. Let's start telling the truth. Um, the way they're botching these cases, a lot of these perpetrators will walk free and hurt other people, hurt so many more people. So, um, thank you so much, everybody. Thank you for praying, and keep praying, because this is a spiritual warfare. Thank you so much. And thank you for calling out the spamming that was going on our site. Thank you so much for that. Okay, everyone, God bless you. And I hope you're all ready for Christmas, and we'll have a very, very merry one. I'm going to start already wishing everybody a Merry Christmas. All right, everyone.